Hello and welcome to Ship to Shore. I am Siobhan, and if you're new here, welcome to the family. Do me a favor before we get started and go ahead and hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a Ship to Shore. And you know what? Let's go ahead and light the stream too. Today is going to be a little special, so while you all are joining us and getting into the comments, I'll go ahead and do my introductions because this is my friend, and I miss seeing my friend and I on screen together. But we're gonna get into that. We are all about keeping it real here, and one thing about my friend is she ain't gonna tell y'all no lie. Now she ain't gonna tell y'all no lie. She gonna tell you the truth. So when it comes to travel, you ain't gotta worry about no BS. It's gonna be real. So we're going to have a honest conversation about what it is really like to go from cruising to all inclusives. So what we're going to do today is just a little bit different. We are going to have my good friend Keke from Team Reese Travels join us today on Ship to Shore Live. And also, if you guys did not know, Ship to Shore is also a podcast now. So head over to Spotify and go ahead and subscribe to Ship to Shore on Spotify so you don't miss those episodes. But today I have my girl here, Keke, and she is going to be talking to us about what it is like from going from full-time cruising to visiting all inclusives. And she has been doing a little bit of that, not even a little bit, she's been doing a lot here lately. So you've listened to her on the Cruise Kibit podcast. Hold on, y'all. Coming soon, coming soon. And you've seen us together on Reconnecting at Seas Couples Cruise. And my good friend started out as a cruiser, and she loves cruising just like me. She loves cruising just like you. But recently, she's been diving into the all-inclusive world, and I'm ready to bring her up. So without further ado, let me bring up my good friend, Keke from Team Reese Travels.
Hey, what's up, Parker fam? How y'all doing?
Let's give you some applause. Hold on.
First of all, listen, this is how I know we friends, because I was sitting here thinking it has been so long since I have been on screen with Siobhan. Like, I literally don't think we've been on screens together since like Reconnecting at Sea. That was way too many months ago.
Many months ago.
I missed you, girl.
I missed you too. But listen, thank you for being my first guest on a new revamped Ship to Shore. I know we're doing things a little bit different here lately, but I wanted to not only just talk to cruise industry or just industry people, but I also want to talk to the people who actually have the boots on the ground, because it's good to talk to the people that sell you the cruises, but let's talk to the people that actually go out there and see the cruises, see the all-inclusives, those people who have boots on the ground. And you, my friend, have been busy lately out there, not on the ground, but in the sand, girl. You got your feet in the sand. Listen, we're
literally ship to shore, okay? It is literally ship to shore.
Yes. And you are the perfect first guest for this. So I want to get into it. If you guys have questions for Keke, I want you guys to go ahead and drop them in the chat. Make sure that you guys ask all the questions that you have. If you are an avid cruiser, okay, it's okay, because she's going to tell us what her thoughts were coming from cruising and going to all inclusives, and if it has changed her mind about cruising. That's the big thing I want to know. So if I'm sorry, it's a tad bit fuzzy. Okay, my technical advisor is letting me know my mic is a tad bit fuzzy. So hopefully that kink will work out, and if it doesn't, we'll adjust accordingly. But for right now, let's get into it and let's ask the first question. If you guys, you know what? Scratch that. Let's see who's in the chat. Let's welcome the family. You know how we do this, friend. Let's do it. Okay.
You gotta
acknowledge the people. So we have Kathy B in the chat. Good morning, fam. Thank you for being here.
Hey, Kathy.
And then we have Ronnie. Welcome in, Ronnie. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. And then we have Miss So Jess. Good morning.
So Jess, what's up, girl?
Yes. And then we have my technical advisor in the background, Mr. Parker, saying good morning to the chat. And don't forget to like the stream. That's what I'm talking about.
Like the the street myself.
Yes. Fam Lions is in the chat. What's going on, Fam Lions? Thank you for being here. Mo to the E to the. I had to bring my girl in. Welcome to the chat, Monet. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. And then we have MH Family Adventures. They say, hey, welcome in, fam. If it stays on, there we go. MH Family said they are listening while finish up packing. We appreciate you. Hey, friend. And then we have Big Murph. Big Murph says, happy day after Thanksgiving, Siobhan and Keke, and everyone in the chat.
Yes. Post food day. Yes.
Yes. And then we have Otis Lavender. That's a new name. Welcome in. Good morning from Shreveport, Louisiana.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right, let's get into it. I'm going to ask you the first question. If you guys have questions, feel free to drop them, but we're going to get through as many as we can because you know I got a lot, friend. You ready?
Okay.
All right.
I stay ready.
Okay, my friend stay ready. She said she ain't got to get ready because she stay ready. Okay.
That's right.
So my question is, what inspired you to start exploring all-inclusive resorts after primarily cruising?
The answer to this is a cruise, actually. So I did when we were on the Firenze summer of not this past summer of 2024. We did a day pass, like a resort for a day, to a Ryu resort while we were there, and that was my first experience with an all-inclusive that was really a resort. I mean, we've done like the Mr. Sancho's type places where it really is just for cruises, but this was my first time at a resort that was intended to be an all-inclusive vacation spot that we just got a day pass access to. Gotcha. And we loved it. It was so nice. It was so like the beach was just gorgeous. The food was so good. We just had a really good time. And before that, every time we had really looked into all-inclusive vacationing, it always came out like we would end up spending more than what we would spend on a cruise. And so we always defaulted back to cruising. But that experience made me think maybe this is something that's worth spending a little bit more on to get. So yeah, that's what it came from a cruise.
Because that's as cruisers, we're always it's not only important to think about your budget, but we always want to make sure we can get the bang for our buck, especially when we have family and it's not just the two of us. So your first default as a cruiser is always going to be, hey, well, I could actually go here, here, and here for the price I could go just here. And I know that's what deterred us from going to on all inclusive because like, well, I'll just be at that one place.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, friend. Nice start. We love.
We on the same page with that because you know me. If the money start adding up and it's starting to look a little funny, I'm defaulting back to what I know.
That part.
But that made me want to step out of my comfort zone a little bit.
And we want to go ahead and welcome in the chat Raymel Reese. Thank you for being here, fam.
Hey, I know him.
I think you do know him. Apparently, he's in Fiji this morning.
So he in trouble because he left me.
And then MH said, looking forward to this chat because we are debating finally going to an all-inclusive.
Ooh, that would be cool to see.
It would be cool to see. So as far as that is concerned, let's move on to the second question because I have a list of them. And once again, if you guys have questions, feel free to drop them and we'll go back through the chat and make sure we get them answered for you. So how did your first all-inclusive resort experience differ from your expectations?
So my first all-inclusive resort was a sandals resort. I really didn't know what to expect. I figured, all-inclusive, you hear that, right? So, you're not going to come in having to spend more. But I really didn't know what to expect other than I'm going to have food and drinks as often as I want. And so I went into it with a very clear, open mind. What I did, though, by starting with the sandals was really spoil myself because what I'm learning over time is that not all inclusives are created equally.
Okay.
They all offer a little something different, and all-inclusive can mean something totally different depending on what resort you are at.
Right.
And sandals is one where all-inclusive truly is all-inclusive, where from the time you step off the plane, you don't have to pay a single thing more. You don't pay tips. You don't pay for your transfer. Like you are literally done paying when you have paid off your sandals vacation. You are done paying. Your excursions are included, like all of that. And so I started there with all
Oh
inclusive.
wow! So
So
you basically started at the bottom. Now we here, sis. What we gonna do?
listen, it's just like when we talk about starting people off with cruises, and you can start off with a Carnival Conquest type cruise, or you can start
Yes,
off with a Celebrity Excel. Like that's
right,
way different experiences, right? So yeah,
right.
starting off there really, like, I didn't have any expectations, but when I started doing other resorts, my expectations were there with Sandals, and clearly not everything is going to be like that. So I
Not
think that's where I kind of
everything
messed myself
is.
up a little bit.
Yeah, not everything is apples to apples. So that is the first most important key that you guys need to take away from this, is because just like cruise lines, you can have a cruise line that is all inclusive, or you can have a cruise line where people feel nickel and dime. Same thing with all inclusives. So
Yeah.
the most important thing is, as my friend always say, even with cruises, do your homework, know your ship,
Yeah.
okay? Know your resort, because you may expect it on one thing, but just because you get it at one place, you may not get it at the next.
Very true.
Ne-
Very true. And
Yeah.
I learned that quite quickly. So I'll talk about that a little more later.
Okay, okay. So Jess said all inclusive was my first out of the country experience. So ready for another one. Oh, okay, we got an all inclusive fan here. Okay.
Yeah, that's nice. It's a good way to explore, like, international travel, because you can decide you want to stay on the resort the whole time if you want, but you can also
Mhm.
venture off and see more of the culture and the surroundings and things like that. So you kind of got an option.
Nice, nice. Social couplepreneur is here. Hey fam, welcome in. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. And happy day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into the next question. And it says, what have you loved most about staying at an all-inclusive resort compared to a cruise?
Oh my God, this is easy. Easy is, I don't know what, the room. The room
Mhm.
at a resort is just like, you're just not gonna find a room like that on a cruise without paying for some type of elevated experience. Like,
Right.
cruise cabins are small. We know that, right? We gotta fit all
Mhm.
these people on one ship. And so when you get to a resort where there's a lot more space, you get a lot bigger room. Even your basic rooms are bigger than what you would get on a cruise cabin. And so I actually have that one pulled up if you want to see, like, my very first
Yeah.
room I ever stayed in an all
Yeah.
inclusive.
Let's
And
see it. Let's do it.
let's see, let's pull it. Let's see if we can get it up here. It's been a while. Let me see if I can make it happen.
To show you a room that has me questioning all my life's decisions. Let's kick this tour off in the bathroom. The shower is massive. It has a rainfall and a handheld shower head, and tucked away inside of the closet, stocked with all the essentials. You have an iron, ironing board, steamer, umbrella, and a safe for all your valuables. Slide out here over to the mini bar. It's restocked as often as you need it to be, and it comes with wine, spirits, sodas, coffee, whatever it is you're craving, you have it right here in your room. Now, this is the main space. It's a king-size bed facing a flat screen TV. You also got a cozy sitting area here in the corner, and because this is a club level suite, you're also getting concierge service to handle all of your reservations, private check-in when you arrive, and access to the Club Sandals Lounge with snacks, drinks, and a real laid-back vibe just for club guests. And finally, baby, this is the star right here, the balcony. Complete with your own tranquility soaking tub and views of the pool with the beach and the ocean peeking through in the background. This is just really where relaxation kicks in. Again, this is the Long Beach Club Level Suite here at Sandals South Coast. And I don't think I'm ever leaving this room, so I hope Sandals knows I live here now. I'm about to show you a room that has me questioning.
My
Could you
friend
guys
said,
hear the sound? Did the sound play?
I hope the sound came through. It sounds
Okay.
like nobody complained, so it sounds like it did. But my
Okay.
friend said, "Oh, I live here now. This is
Oh,
my
I live
home."
here. I know you don't think I'm leaving. Like, so that was the very first all inclusive, like, room that I ever stayed in. And of course, and I'm not saying you cannot get that on a cruise, because you can, right? Like, you can get a suite on a
Right.
cruise, but there's less of them on cruise
Okay.
ships, so it's harder to get them. And of course, they cost a lot more than a general cabin on a cruise. Versus this is a resort where there's probably hundreds of rooms of that
Right.
category, right? So
Right.
yeah, that the room by far is the biggest thing for me.
Okay, so thank you, Kathy, for letting us know that you could hear us, and Social Entrepreneur. We appreciate you guys. Let's talk about the standout things that I heard through your tour. Okay, number one. Oh, baby, we ain't got to call nobody for no iron. We ain't got to find no iron in room.
Did you see that? Yes.
Yes.
I was able to iron in my own room. I didn't have to
Yeah.
go down the hallway and have to call nobody. I just iron my stuff right in my room. That's a time saver, okay? You not take a lot of clothes. I'll be having to iron stuff.
Yes, and I know my friend can pack, y'all. So for the fact that she had access to an iron, that already was a game changer. Okay,
Listen.
so that's the first thing. We got to get into the size of that bathroom.
I didn't have to like spin around like this and like pray that the shower curtain don't touch me.
Yes, that bathroom, you are okay. On some cruise lines, you can't get that, like you said, unless you elevate to a suite or something like that. But some cruise lines naturally have the ambiance of that bathroom, let's say celebrity, right? We know this because we are celebrity girlies. We love us a good celebrity ship. Okay, so we know we can kind of get that feeling, but it might not even be to the level that you got at the all-inclusive until you get to the suite style cabins, right? Along. Yeah, okay.
Exactly. Yep.
All right, number 3. Let's talk about that mini bar, baby, because we're not getting that everywhere.
And they're restocking it for you too. And listen, you got all the things. Even if you have a drink package on a cruise, sometimes you don't get the mini bar stocked every single time, right? Like, and stocking it multiple times for you. So it was definitely it, and it was a plus for me.
Yes, the space of the suite.
Now you're making me want to go back.
And you said by yourself, so I know you was just like in La La Land.
Oh yes, in the bed, even the 2 beds pushed together on the cruise ain't as big as that bed was to me.
And then we're talking about the bed ain't pushed together. Okay, this is a whole bed. We got about falling between the cracks in the middle of the night.
Yes, we got a full bed.
Yes. Okay, and my last standout point, because that was so well done. First of all, that was a well done tour, so we appreciate that. And I always love your voiceovers. Your voiceovers are always spot on. But you sold me on that view, baby. That balcony, and as good as I love me a good ocean view, depending on the cruise line, a Central Park view, we don't name no names. But as good as I love me a view, I ain't seen a view like that on any cruise ship.
Yeah, but you don't get that, like, not just from your room, right? Like, I literally had the pool there, I had the beach there, I had the trees, and then you can lay in your bathtub and soak in that view if you wanted to. Now, everybody gonna see everything if you don't close the curtain. Hey, you do you know?
Right. That
yeah.
was beautiful and very well done. So I just want you to know that I really do enjoy that. I enjoy your content anyway, because you know you're my friend anyway. But even if you weren't my friend, I enjoy your content. But that was a very well done room tour. So if anybody didn't feel the need to want to go there, I don't know what they got going on. So Famline said, I've only been to one all-inclusive resort in Jamaica, paid for it with my Amex points. Okay, to the points. When booking a resort, can you make payments on it like a cruise, or do you have to pay the whole thing up front?
Oh, you can make payments on it just like a cruise. It is very similar, and Siobhan, I'm sure, knows this as well. It's just like a cruise. You have to pay a deposit. Depending on if you include flights or not, your deposit may be a little higher if you do include flights with it. And then you have a final payment date, just like with a cruise, and you have to pay that payment by your final payment date, just like you would with a cruise. So it really is very similar in that aspect.
And that also helps too, because especially in this day and time, honey, we got no payment plans. They got to work out. Okay,
they got to work out. They got to work out. Nobody trying to drop all of that at one time.
Not at one time, right? And then we have Florida Cruises in the house. Welcome in, fam. Thank you for being here. And YFC is here. Welcome in, fam. Our fellow Reconnecting at Sea couple. Thank you for being here. YFC? And then we have Marjorie. Hey, Marjorie, how are you? Good morning. All right, so I think we got everybody. Oh, and then we have Kevin here. What's going on, Kevin? Thank you so much for joining in. And let's get to the next question because I'm sure people in the chat have questions, but I have a lot of questions I want to ask.
Okay.
Um, are the amenities or features at a resort that you wish cruises offer?
Yes. So I was thinking about this today because remember we did the cruise Kibbits episode where we talked about what we would put on a ship, and
Yes.
one of Siobhan's answers was a lazy river. There was
Sure.
a lazy river at my last resort, and why can't we get a ship with a lazy river on it?
I'm just saying. And that's cool for them to have them at their private islands, but baby, I want it on the ship, okay?
On the ship. Like, I want to be able to get off the lazy river at my room if I want to. Like, you can
Right.
get swim up rooms at a resort. You can't get that on a cruise. And I feel like somebody needs to make that happen. Like,
You know what?
again, not saying no names, but somebody claimed to be revolutionary in cruise ships. Like, I need them to put it together. Let's
Put
do
it
the protocol.
together. Make it work. Make it work. Put it together. So lazy river, you know what? That's a good answer. I will accept that answer because that is my answer to a lazy river.
Yes. Yeah, we need it. We need this.
Absolutely. So, how did the dining and drink options at the resort compare to what you enjoyed on cruise ships?
I think that the setup is very similar. There's usually some type of buffet restaurant. All of the resorts that I visited had some type of buffet. They also had some type of sit down restaurants, and how many they have can vary from, resort to resort. I think even just the food experience itself was pretty similar to cruising. And yes, the food was very good. It's just like cruising, though. Like, they making food for a large amount of people.
Mm-hmm.
The seasoning may not always be up to par for you. It may be great for somebody else. So that's always what you're gonna run into. You have people that have to cook for large sums of people at the same time. But I really liked how, just like if you were to go on, say, like the Celebration or something, where there are a lot of different dining options, some are included and some are not. Resorts can be the same, right? And that's how we talked about how all-inclusive can mean something totally different at different resorts. Some resorts, all-inclusive means every single restaurant on that resort you have access to. Some all-inclusives mean you can eat at this buffet as many times as you want, but you only get one sit-down restaurant per day or something like that. Like, it can vary depending on what resort line you're talking about. So I think that's another reason, like Siobhan said, make sure you do your research, make sure you understand what you're getting yourself into. Don't go into you thinking that you're going to get this blanket all-inclusive experience, because that might not always be the case.
Right.
Yep.
And that definitely makes sense because and a lot of people think, just like we talked about, when you jump on a cruise ship and people think the buffet is the only option. You also want to make sure you do that research when you're picking your resort too, because that might not necessarily be the case, and it may be different from all-inclusive to all-inclusive. So definitely do your research. Always, again, do your research no matter what you do or where you go. And if you don't know where to go, start at Team Reese Travels and Parkers and Go. We'll help you out.
There you go. Right? Easy as that. We can do hard work for you. Like, I will say, one thing I noticed, it was harder to get a good mocktail at a resort. I felt like, because I really don't drink at all anymore. I used to drink a little. I don't really drink at all anymore. I'm big on mocktails. And I feel like when I go on cruises now, more and more I'm seeing mocktail menus.
Yes.
And I didn't see that a lot at the resorts. You can get your, you can go tell them I want a virgin mojito, I want a virgin daiquiri, stuff like that, your regulars. But I feel like on cruises, I see actual mocktail menus. And I didn't see that as much at the resorts that I went to.
Yeah, and I think that's the difference, because when people look at all-inclusive resorts, they're thinking about all-inclusive, like you said, the food, the drinks, the liquor, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then for people who don't do that, like even we're talking about now, Carnival rolled out their mocktail menu or their zero proof menu. Or their package where you can get all the drinks just with the zero proof alcohol. So, we're thinking about that, but all inclusives really sell that everything aspect. So when you think about, hey, let's go to all inclusive, nobody's thinking about the people who don't drink.
And then bartenders really ain't. They're like, what do you mean you don't want alcohol in it? Like, say that again, because I don't think I heard you right. Like, they really was not trying to hear me. They was like, you don't even want just a little bit?
I can put a little splash in there.
Yeah, we can still call it, maybe one proof or something. Just
Right.
No,
You're
they
paying
weren't trying
for
to.
it. You might as well drink it.
Yeah, and that could be a big deal for people, right? Like first of all, you're paying for the price don't change whether you drink alcohol or not. So you're paying for an all-inclusive stay that includes all this alcohol. If you don't drink alcohol, then you might want to have options that are available to you other than soda and fruit punch and so it's something to think about.
Right. We have AKA 20 Pearls in the house.
Hey.
Welcome in, fam. Thank you for joining us. Hi from Florida. Well, welcome. We'd love to have you here, and thank you for joining us today.
Yes, welcome.
And then we also have Famline said, I would love to take my family to Nickelodeon Resort in Mexico, but the price be pricing, honey. And I always just end up booking a cruise instead.
See, that's exactly what I said. But I will tell you, Ray really wants to do Nickelodeon Resort.
Yes.
We have not even looked into it yet, but that's one that he really wants to do. So,
and I ain't got no little kids, and I want to do it. And AKA 20 Pearl said, mocktail family here.
Yeah, see, and I'm getting to the point now where even on cruises, like I'm feeling like the packages are worth it for mocktail because mocktails cost as much as regular drinks now. So
you might save $1. Like maybe really not right. And some of them, it's the same price. So yeah. Okay, so next question is, would you say the atmosphere and vibe at all-inclusives are very different from cruises?
I do think they're very different. And I think it, again, is something that can range from resort to resort. But overall, when I get on a cruise, I like to do all the things. I know that the things are happening, and so I want to do them. And I know that there are people that can get on a cruise and can just go relax. They can tune everything out. They can go lay on the pool deck or lay in, the adults only area and just relax and act like none of that other stuff is going on. I'm not one of those people. If the stuff is happening, I want to be at the happenings. So
yeah.
But I feel like overall, when I was at these different resorts, I didn't feel the pressure to be at any of the activities. And there were things taking place, not to the level of a cruise ship, but there were things taking place. I just didn't feel pressed to be at those things. I really felt like I was on vacation and like I could relax and enjoy myself. So I think that was the biggest difference for me so far. And again, I'm by far not an expert in like I'm still learning as I go.
Right.
But that's been the biggest difference. Like I go to a resort and I feel like I can relax. I feel like I can literally lay on the beach all day and be just fine with that and not have to do all the things.
And that's so weird because it's like we're on vacation, right? And we're here to enjoy ourselves and have a good time. And I know probably we're definitely almost the same as far as like, I want to be here, I want to be there, I need to see the shows, I need to do that. But when you're on a land-based vacation, not having that urge to do everything as you would on a cruise ship, I know that had to be an eerie feeling for you. I know it kind of felt weird, right?
It did. It felt like I'm supposed to be doing something, but I'm not, and that's okay. And even, if you think of, because I know it's a lot of creators here too, think about that from a creator standpoint and feeling like you need to capture all the things on a cruise, but being able to go to a resort and maybe take 1 or 2 days to capture all the things and then truly having the rest of your vacation to actually vacation.
Oh, girl. Because you know my creative director would have me working. Okay.
Yes.
Would you really take a break?
You're gonna run out of work on a resort. Like you're gonna run out of, because it's gonna be the same thing every day, right? Like you're gonna run out of stuff to capture, which means you get to take a Siobhan break.
Actually take a vacation.
Yes.
Oh, I love that. Okay, wait, I might have to start making some phone calls. What we got going on? Look who snuck in.
Solo cruiser. Okay. Technically, right now it's Cruise Kibis on the screen because Sid Comment is on the screen with us.
There you go. Oh, y'all better screenshot it. Cruise Kibis is on the screen.
Right.
Well, we hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving, friend, and we can't wait till all 3 of us are on the screen again. Yes. But right now, your comment is going to have to do. So welcome in, fam. And then we also have On the Go with YOLO. Hey, happy Friday.
Hello.
Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. She said, "Give me a bed and I could go to sleep in the middle of the club."
Sig is one of those people that can act like ain't nothing else going on. Trust me and Siobhan know firsthand that Sig can be on a cruise and act like the rest of us ain't there. So.
Not a soul in sight. Love it. So, cruising is famous for waking up in a new destination. Did you miss that on your all-inclusive trips?
I did not. I did not miss that at all. I
Mm.
think, and it could be because both of the all inclusives that I did were in places I had never been before. So I had never been to
Mhm.
Jamaica and I'd never been to Cancun. So even waking up in that same place every day, it was a new place to me,
It was
right?
still new.
Yes. But also, I enjoyed the calmness in that. When I'm on
Mhm.
a cruise, again, I want to do all the things. Those port days come, and even if it's a port that I've been to before, I want to get off. I want to find something to do. I want to find something to get into. I want
Yeah.
to, capture the things, and I want to see all the places and all the things that are available at that port. And you don't have that kind of, I don't even want to say pressure because it ain't really pressure, but I didn't have I didn't feel like I needed to do all the things there like I would on a port day on a cruise ship.
Yeah. And it
Yeah.
doesn't feel rushed.
Right. Like you're having
Yeah.
to get back. And that's why we always choose late dining on a cruise.
Mhm.
You don't have to rush to get back for dinner from a port day. So,
Right. And that's the thing too. That's the thing that sold me about cruises, but I could understand how that could also push you towards all inclusive because it's like for me, I want to see as many places as I can, and then one day that's always my thing. Then one day, if I want to go back and visit, I can kind of know if I actually want to go back and visit that place. But in
mhm.
the reality of it, unless that cruise stays in port super late or overnight, you're really not getting the full scope of what the experience could be as you would if you were at all inclusive.
Yes, I agree 100%. The one thing I would say, if you're a person that knows that you are going to want to leave the resort and go explore, do a longer stay. Don't do a
Mhm.
3 or 4 night resort stay and then take 2 of your days and spend them off the resort all day because you're paying for the property and the use
Right.
of the facilities on the property. Like make your stay longer so you can still enjoy some days at the resort and still get off and do the exploring that you want to do off property too.
That and you know what that definitely makes sense because you like you said you're paying to be on the resort and as much as you want to get out in the community and explore and see what the locals are doing, you also want to pay for the amenities that you've already paid for. Makes total
Mm-hmm.
sense. On the go yellow said you truly enjoy the location without feeling like you had to do it all in 8 hours.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. And I'm a beach person, and
Mm-hmm.
you got all day access to the beach. Like we don't think about that on a cruise, right? Like you're only gonna get the beach on port days, and you're only gonna get it for however many hours you off the ship. And a lot of times you got to pay to get to it because they're
Yeah.
not all the beaches have free access. So
Mm.
it's something to think about if you are a beach person.
And that's the part. Not all the beaches have free access.
Yep.
See,
Mm-hmm.
these are major keys here. Keke with the keys, okay?
Listen, I've been paying attention. I'm not gonna give the people. I'm not gonna steal y'all wrong now.
Keke with the keys. That's my new tag for you. Keke with the keys, honey. She
Keke with
dropping
the
those
keys.
keys, honey.
Oh, listen, I need little key
Yeah,
icons. Drop the
I
keys
need
in the
some key icons. Drop
chat.
the key icons in the trap. Let y'all know Kiki dropping the keys, honey. I'm gonna have to go ahead and tag that for you, baby. Kiki with the
Keke
keys.
on the keys. Look, you know what? Before you move on from that question, too, is one more thing I thought about. The
Okay.
pools. The pools are not crowded on resorts like they are on cruise ship. It is hard to
Mm,
get into a pool on a cruise ship. Like I just really
it
don't
is.
mess with it too much. But on a resort, typically you can get in pretty easily.
Okay, okay. And that's the thing too, because honey, there no cruise, and then sometimes them pools be looking like people suit. No,
They
thank
are.
you.
They
I'm
definitely people suit.
good.
I don't want no parts. No parts and no people suit.
Because I'm gonna tell you that one post that you made was that at Sandals where you were in the middle of the pool on the float and
Yes.
wasn't nobody around,
That was
girl.
the main pool at the Sandals Resort, the main pool, and it was just like me and a few other people. Like,
And the fact that it was still other people in the pool and you still got that shot with nobody else in it is crazy.
yep.
Because some people are beach people and some people are. I like to look at the beach, but I want to be in the pool. I don't want all that sand and all that stuff.
See,
I
then I
want to
wouldn't
be.
even know. I wouldn't even know that you want to be in the pool because you avoid the pools on the cruises all the time because of the people soup situation.
Okay, because have you seen the water? Okay.
It'd be a little cloudy. It'd be a little cloudy. I'm not interested.
Yes, girl. I ain't got time. T is in the house. Travel Cape Trips. Welcome in, fam. Good
Hey,
morning.
y'all.
And they said an all-inclusive in Bermuda. This sounds heavenly.
Ooh, Bermuda. One of the places I have not been to yet.
You know what? Yet, friend. Yet.
Yeah.
Yellow said, Keke dropping those keys. We love it. Being in one destination is fine because you can explore many things about that particular location, but both ship and shore are awesome. Lots of Bermuda beaches have free access. National parks.
That's good. That's good to know.
Good to know. Good to know.
Mhm.
Everybody say you dropping those keys, friends. We love it. Yellow said, I like both, but it definitely depends. It depends.
I can see that. Yeah, it does.
All right. Not Kathy. Kathy, you picking on me? She said,
Pool
oh,
girl.
Kathy's a pool girl. Pool girl.
Pool girl.
Yeah, I love a good pool. I love a good pool. Love it. Okay, so next question. Did all inclusives change? Show, friend. Oh, wait, that's me. That's my fault. That's my fault. It's not show. Okay, there we go. Did all inclusives change how you travel, plan, or choose future vacations?
I would say yes. It definitely opened me up more to it.
Mm-hmm.
I really think Ray is a person that doesn't need all the activities, doesn't need all the pomp and circumstance. He just want to go and stare at the water. And so I think that a resort would work well for him. So it makes me want to plan more all-inclusives for my family because these trips that I took, I went on my own. I would love to take my son and my husband back with me. So it definitely has me wanting to plan, like maybe do every other trip is land-based or something like that. It also just made me want to incorporate doing a resort day onto more of my cruise vacations. So like probably every cruise that I've taken now, maybe this whole year, has had at least one resort visit in it. Like just a resort for a day type situation in my cruises, just so that I can experience that. I plan to do more of that in my cruising too.
Okay. And that makes sense too, because like you said, you actually get to slow down. And every piece of the family can enjoy what they enjoy. Ray doesn't like a lot of pomp and circumstance. He just want to be there, enjoy the area, chill, relax. And you can actually, because I seen my friend at a resort one time, and for the resort for the day, my friend took a nap. I was like, she sleep. Can you do that? Sleep at a resort? Because I didn't know you could do that.
Yes, you sure can. I've tested the theory many times now.
I was like, oh, hold on. I didn't, and I was looking at Brandon. I was like, keep you taking a nap. You Oh man. Welcome in, Philadies Travel Spring. We appreciate you guys being here. And Travel Cape Trip said, if you're enjoying the discussion this morning, hit that like and that thumbs up. Pretty please. And thank you. Thank you, fam. We definitely appreciate you for that one. All right. So now that we know you can take a nap at a resort, has your resort experience changed your loyalty or preference for cruising?
Not at all. I am still a cruise girly. I still love my ships. I still plan to cruise more. There's still more cruise lines that I want to try. I think it hasn't changed my loyalty, and I think it just makes me want to add more travel in. Like, I don't want to do less cruising to accommodate more all-inclusives. I just want to squeeze more all-inclusives into my cruise, in between my cruises. I think that's where I'm at.
Like every two cruises, let's take an all-inclusive.
Yeah.
We gotta make a plan for it. Like every two, let's go to all-inclusive. You know what? That's not a bad plan.
Yeah.
You're really selling me on this all-inclusive thing. And it's one of those things like, oh, we'll get to it. But once again, we're talking about, hey, depending on what level of all-inclusive you're looking at, you get to the price point, you're just like, I can take a cruise for that and just book the cruise.
That's it. Every single time. That's where we would get to. And it'd be like, no, I could just cruise for that. But really, it sold me on the thought that maybe there is some value to this, even
Yeah.
if it does cost a little more. And it realistically, it doesn't always cost more. Just everyone that I happen to price out, most of the time it's doing RJ spring break, Christmas break, summer break, that kind of stuff. It's always going to price out higher, just like cruises price out higher during that time. But you can a lot of times get a resort stay for the same or less than what you would have planned to spend on a cruise.
So for, in just kind of like off the top of my mind, I will say this. We always understand the statement of you get what you pay for. That's with anything. Do you feel that's the same way when it comes to booking an all-inclusive?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why I think it's so important, even maybe more so important, the research part of it, because you can get a totally different experience, even at two different resorts of the same type. Like I stayed at Sandals South Coast. We visited Sandals Negril and Sandals Montego Bay while I was on that trip. Both Sandals resorts, two entirely different vibes. One of them real laid back, chill, quiet, hang out, like that's it.
Yeah.
Montego Bay, everybody was partying, everybody was up and doing their thing, and it was all kinds of activities and all kinds of busyness going on the whole time. So it really, like, you can't even choose one just based off the name brand, because even within the resort lines, they each have their own character. And so it's very important to make sure you are researching. We spend a lot of money on these vacations.
Yes.
Don't go into any vacations, cruising, all inclusive, whatever it is, even if you just, going across the country, whatever you're doing, always pay attention to what you want and make sure that you're paying for what you want. Because even if you pay less because you wanted the deal, but you don't get what you want out of it, then did you really get a good vacation? Like, that's how I feel about it.
Okay. I mean, you get what you pay for. Travel, cruises, all inclusive. That is always, keep that in the front of your mind, in the back of your mind, that even though the price may look better, are you getting what you actually are paying for? So that's very good. We have Trish Timeless Travels.
Hey, Trish.
My T's ain't working today. Trish's Timeless Travel. Hey Trish, how are you? Trish says, I love both cruise to hop around and unpack once, and resorts for in-depth destination discoveries.
Very true.
Okay, that's very true. Yes.
The unpack one thing is big because
yes, and that's the thing. But you know what? Either way, you still unpack once.
True.
You still unpack once. We have Travel with Bree in the house. Hey Bree, how are you? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. And let me make sure I didn't miss anyone. Yellow said FOMO for sure. And okay, I think we got everyone. So we're gonna move on to the next question because I also want to get to some of the questions in the chat as well and let people just ask anything they think of. All right, so the next one. Do you think all-inclusives or cruises are better suited for certain types of travelers, like families or couples?
I don't think I think the families or couples thing is a little too broad. I think it really depends on the type of travel that the person likes to do. Whether you like to be very active on vacation or actually slow down and relax on vacation has a very big part of what I think you're better suited for. And it's just like the different cruise lines. You can get a different type of cruise based off how long the cruise is, how big the ship is, what cruise line it is. Like all of that can give you a different experience. And I don't really want to say one over the other is better for families or one over the other is better for couples. I think it's more about what that individual family or couple likes to do on vacation.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes sense. All right. What advice would you give to cruisers who are curious about trying an all-inclusive?
I would say think about what you love about cruising first. and then look for a resort that offers what you love. Um, because again, there are so many different ones out there that offer different things. And if you know what you enjoy about cruising and then choose a resort that doesn't offer any of the things that you love about cruising, you might come out of that experience feeling like, oh, I ain't doing that ever again. I hated it. But if you pick something that lines up with the type of vacation that you already know you like to do, you're more likely to enjoy yourself and get a true snapshot of, do I like this kind of travel or not? Now, if you do that and you still don't care for it, then maybe all inclusive just isn't your thing. But if you go and you pick a resort that is nothing like any cruising that you've ever done before and you don't like it, like that's not really a fair experiment, right?
Right. So you kind of want to make sure you still keep the elements of the things that you love, regardless of what type of travel. Because even when we ask our clients, hey, when we're booking, my question is, what are your must-haves? What are the things that you enjoy about travel? How do you like to travel? What are the things you like to do? That way we can match them with a cruise line that would fit into what they like to do. The same thing is with all-inclusives. You don't want to just book an all-inclusive because the price is right. And then, like she said, and then you get there and it's like, yeah, I ain't coming back here.
Like, honestly, if somebody tells me that they're, the one thing that they love the most about cruising is the shows and the entertainment, you're not going to find the level of entertainment at a resort as you do on cruise ships. They put way more effort into it, way more time. It's just not the same. So that might be somebody that I would say, are you sure you want to do this? Because you're not going to get what you love the most at this resort, or probably not any resort. So that's something to be mindful of.
Love that. We have Keisha in. Hey, Keisha H, how are you?
Hey, Keisha.
Happy holidays, friend. And then Trish said, that's so true. If you love the party atmosphere of Carnival, but you go and say Standals instead of Ryu, you're going to get disappointed.
You are. And if you love a super elevated experience of, a luxury cruise line and you choose a Ryu for your first resort, like, you're not going to have the same experience that you're looking for. So.
All right. So the next one, for your next big trip, which are you leaning towards now that you've done both, a cruise or another all-inclusive, and why?
Oh, it's got to be a cruise. Okay. I miss my cruising. I miss it so much. My last 2 trips were land-based trips, and I miss my cruise ships. You know what? It's just something about waking up and being completely surrounded by water that you don't get that at a resort, right? There's always going to be some land behind you. You're in trouble if you're surrounded by water and you on a resort. So I miss that. I miss my cruising. I miss the, going to different places. I didn't feel like it was something I missed out on at the resorts, but it's something that I fell in love with many years ago. So I miss cruising. So my next probably 2 trips will probably be cruising.
Yeah, because also you don't get that joy of, and I still get this, waking up and knowing you're getting on a ship that day.
Yeah,
the first time I got on a cruise, and I still get that today, like waking up and being like, man, it's cruise day, baby, let's go.
And you know what else you miss too? And I never thought that this would be important to me. You join Facebook groups for your cruise, right? And you getting on the ship with all these other people that are also getting on the same day as you and getting off the same day as you, and you start to build these bonds with people, and everybody, hey, we gonna wear our t-shirts on this day, and we gonna have a bar on this day. That doesn't so much happen on resorts because everybody is showing up different days, different times. Like, you don't have a resort Facebook group just for your trip, right? Like, you don't get that. So you don't create those pre-cruise relationships. Now, some people that they don't be fooling with them Facebook groups no way, so they ain't gonna miss that. But if you're somebody that enjoys that part of it, that's something that you won't get all inclusive.
Travelcake Trips had a great question. They said, as a cruise content creator, would you say all-inclusives are more accepting of filming or cruise ships?
That's a good question. I would say, I'm trying to remember, did I see a lot more people filming? I don't think it was as prevalent at least at the all-inclusives that I visited. Aside from the people that were with me, because I was on fam trips, so everybody in our group was filming everything. But I didn't really see others outside of me recording or
Mm.
outside of our group recording like I would on a cruise. I feel like we go on cruise, we see everybody with their phones out.
Right, right.
Everybody is recording stuff. Everybody's getting clips, like that kind of stuff. I didn't really see that as much at all inclusive, at least the ones that I visited.
Mhm.
And that may just be because it's just a more laid back atmosphere. It may be because
Right.
people didn't just. It ain't a whole lot going on, y'all.
Right.
It ain't a lot to record.
Everybody's relaxed, so no.
Everybody's relaxing.
That's a good question. That is a very good question. Did you? Okay, I do want to address this, but I do want to circle back. Six said you can say it's all inclusive day. Nah, you can't say that.
No,
It don't even flow the same.
nope.
So to circle back to TCT's question, did you feel out of place, or did you feel a little more like uncomfortable cruising, filming at all inclusive rather than on a ship, if that makes sense? Because you're so used to, like you said, everybody's filming on a ship, but really on all inclusive, nobody's really doing that.
Yeah. So I didn't feel out of place, but I wonder if a big part of that was just because of the type of trip that I was on. Because again, I was on fam trips, which means I was with other agents who were also recording content, getting stuff for their own pages and things like that. Even the one was a social media trip. So everybody was recording everything. I don't know if I would have felt as comfortable doing that if I hadn't had all those other people around me also doing the same thing. Because again, it definitely was not something that I noticed other people around the resort doing as much. Everybody's relaxing. And even if you were walking around recording stuff while you were on the resort, you're literally just recording people like laying in a pool. People, like that's a little uncomfortable anyway, right? Like you don't really want to just be out with your camera recording people chilling, sitting in a hot tub, laying in a pool.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Trish said, I've seen people recording more at party resorts like Riu or Barcelo, especially during the games by the pool.
Oh, okay. So that makes sense because now you're recording that experience, right? That you know what? I'm glad you said that, Trish, because I do remember there was a silent party at one of the nights that we were at Sandals, and there were more people recording that. It's like people want to record the activities.
Yes. Okay, so I just had another question pop up. I definitely want to ask that because I want to make sure we get that in. Yellow said, did you find you were more relaxed on the all-inclusive, more like a true vacation when you want to escape?
I did. I did feel like it was much more relaxed. And that was, again, I was on these agent trips. So a lot of my time there was working, but the downtime that we did have, I felt like I was relaxing. I felt like I could just go lay on the beach. I never felt like I needed to go see all the things that were going on and get involved with all the activities. I felt like I needed to just lay on the beach when I wanted to lay on the beach, or lay by the pool, or lay on the pool. And the only pressure I had was when I got hungry, let me go find me something to eat. That's it.
Okay, nice. So next question was, how has sharing both experiences with your audience changed the type of questions or feedback you get?
So I've learned that my cruise people love their cruises, and they might watch and say, "Hey, this is nice," but what Black Friday deal is going on for this cruise line? Like that's like really they want to get back to their cruise and stuff, and that's okay. I feel like YouTube in particular has created this world where you really got to stay in your niche here. And even though our channel is not a cruising channel, our channel is an overall travel channel, but the bulk of the travel we have done has been cruising. And so we've kind of carved ourselves into this cruise niche. And so when we step outside of that, we learn very quickly that YouTube people, they don't like it. They don't want us doing that.
I've said that, and people, because we created Two Parkers One World because this was what it was supposed to be, Parkers on the Go, right? And it wasn't necessarily supposed to be just a cruise niche, because, and to be clear, our first videos were not cruise videos. They were amusement park, they were Universal, they were Disney, they were like us doing stuff locally, like rage rooms. What picked up was the cruise content. What people came for was a cruise content. And then when we circled back around, People was like, nah, where the cruise is at. So
Mm-mm.
that was
What are you
the whole
doing?
reason. That was the whole reason why I was just like, and I had to sell it because Brandon didn't. He got it, but he was also kind of sketchy. But it was like that's where Two Parkers One World came into play. Yes, they can coexist in the same space, but your cruise people are loyal to the cruises, and they may, like you say, watch and say that was nice that you did that, but I don't really care.
Right. Right. Exactly. That's it. Exactly. What I will say it has done on the other platform outside of YouTube, YouTube do its own thing. But like the Facebooks, the TikToks, the Instagram, like you draw in different people. You draw in people that may be looking for that type. And so that helps us grow the audience in that way. And then from a client perspective, like most of my people want to cruise. But now those clients who like cruising, but who have family members that want to do all inclusives, or who have somebody that's getting married and they need a honeymoon and they want an all inclusive, those are the people that are starting to reach out now because they see that I'm starting to get more expertise in those areas that I didn't have before. So
and you're offering different levels of service, and you're not just that one go-to one type of travel agent. You can sell them what they're looking for.
yes.
So
yes.
I love that. Let's see here. Travel Kate Trip says, do all inclusives have shows?
They have shows. Some of them have shows. I wouldn't say the ones that I've seen are as good as some that I've seen on cruise lines. I don't think it's their strong point, at least not at the all inclusives that I have been to. But they do. Like when we were at Sandals, they had a whole cabaret show. They had a Michael Jackson show when I stayed at the Royalton, which was actually pretty good. I thought it was going to be real cheesy, but it was real good. So yes, they have shows. I wouldn't say that they are up to the caliber as what I've seen on cruise ships, but yeah, they do.
Yo said that was my next question. Action versus relaxed versus cost based on what clients want. So yeah, it all does come into play. It all does come into play. Trish said that's hilarious because I met the Parkers on a cruise, and she did. We met her on Virgin Voyages and on the Scarlet Lady's inaugural, and Trish was dressed up as a mermaid, and she was gorgeous. And no idea who she was. I stopped her and I was like, "Girl, you know me. I'm gonna compliment you. I'm gonna compliment you, girl." I love that. And the other funny part was the next time we saw Trish in person was at Disneyland.
Wow.
Yep. It was at Disneyland. Yep. And you know what happened? We put that content on Person ago and nobody watched it.
see, look, we got whole Disney series. Don't nobody watch it.
Nobody watch it. So that's what I'm about to do. Put it on Two Parkers. Let them watch it over there.
All right.
That is so true. So yeah, you definitely gotta know, if you, especially as a creator, which like you said, most of us are here in the chat, you definitely gotta know your niche and know and understand your audience. And if you are a travel advisor, also, if you're just niching down, that's great. But if you are trying to stretch out a little bit, just know what your clients are looking for. So
yeah, and then think about what the value is in it, right? Because maybe you put the content out and it might not do as well because it's not cruise content, right? But if I gain a new client off of there that becomes a repeat client, like that's worth its weight in gold, right? Absolutely. Like that introduced me to somebody that I may not have been introduced to if I had not done that content.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So next question is, what is one thing about cruising you'll always miss if you choose a resort, or vice versa?
Ooh, I think being able to be surrounded by water. We talked about that, right? Like when you're on a cruise, you can just look out and see nothing but water. And I love that. And that's something I missed at a resort. Let's see. What would I miss on a cruise that I couldn't get on a resort? Well, that was it. What would I miss on a resort that I couldn't get on a cruise? I would say, I think just the camaraderie that exists on a cruise ship with other cruisers. That, I mean, you'll get a little bit of that, at least from my experience. You'll get a little bit of the, hey, good morning. You wave at people that you see every now and then. but you kind of create these bonds on cruise ships, right? And I'm not even a person. Y'all know I don't like small talk. I don't be talking to everybody.
I do. I thought everybody. Hey, girl, how you doing?
But sometimes you'll just meet people on a cruise and you'll see them at the show one day, and then you might see them at the bar the next day, and like you just create these relationships, and you meet people on cruises sometimes that go on to be lifelong friends. And I didn't experience that on the resorts. I didn't meet anybody that I felt like was like, okay, yeah, let's make a friendship out of this. It was just like, okay, y'all, enjoy, have a good day.
Yeah. Like people are in their bubble and all inclusives, but cruisers are different. I think all in all, yes, none of us came on the ship together, but like you said, the bond built of we're all getting on at the same time, getting off at the same time. Hey, I saw you in the elevator yesterday. I like what you were wearing. You want to sit down and have a drink? Let's talk about the show last night. That's going to be completely different, because when you're at all inclusive, I feel like, now I'm going based off of your vibe because I don't know, but I feel like people will be like, hey, keep it moving.
Right. Yeah. And then people that you met at the bar yesterday, they might be checking out tomorrow. Like the people you met at the bar on the ship, they on there until you get off, at least. Maybe longer if they do it back to back, but they at least don't get as long as you're going to be on there. But you might meet people that's checking out tomorrow, or you might meet somebody that's on their way out, or you checking out. And like, it's harder to create that type of relationship, to me, at least.
So we have TJ's destination in the house. Hey, TJ, thank you for being here. I'm surprised. TJ. I wonder if TJ is on dry land right now. TJ is moving this year. I've only been to resorts here in the States and only in Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina. And compared to those experiences, I definitely prefer cruising, even for relaxing travel. All right, Keisha. Keisha still got her preference though.
And see, I haven't really done like resorts in the States before. Normally we doing a like some kind of city stay. We're doing a general, like a hotel. So
right.
I do want to do one of those resorts, and they have a bunch of them in like Phoenix area. I want to go.
Keisha said, yes, the connection is different on a cruise ship compared to anything I've ever experienced. It really is like a group travel without the group, in my opinion.
It is. You can't, it's unmatched to me.
Okay. And Murph says, question, if you weren't working on your all-inclusive, do you think you would eventually get bored at the same resort for 4 to 7 days?
I don't think I would, but I think that there are people that would. I think that I would. I'm perfectly fine with just enjoying laying on the beach. As long as I know it ain't other stuff going on that I feel like I'm missing out on, I'm fine with just laying on the beach, laying by the pool, chilling out, playing on my phone, reading, doing whatever I want to do on a resort. But I know that there are people that will not enjoy that. So it's important to be realistic with yourself, because if you're the type of person that needs to go, that might not be the type of travel for you, or you may need to do a little more homework to find a resort that has that go feel for yourself.
TJ said, I tend to bond more with people on a cruise compared to a resort. And I can see that. You know, that's one thing, like you said, people have this unspoken camaraderie on a cruise ship versus, you know, anywhere else. Even if you go to like an amusement park, I might walk past you 5 times in the same amusement park, but I still ain't gonna say nothing to you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Trish said, and seating is very different at all inclusives too. So you don't see them at dinner. Let's see. Talk about the day. Yeah. Okay.
Gotcha. Cruising kind of creates an atmosphere where you come in contact with people multiple times, and you don't get that as much on a resort.
Travel Kate Tripp said, we really enjoy meeting new people and especially subscribers and other content creators on cruises. So enjoyable. And that's the bond. You meet new people, and then, you know, hey, it's good to see that they came back, especially as a content creator. Hey, they actually commented. You remember that person?
Yeah.
Commented,
or they show up in a live stream. Like, right?
Yeah. And like you said, that builds that bond. So yes. All right, last question. If you guys have any for Keke, go ahead and drop them in the chat before we let her go. We appreciate you taking your time with us today. So last question is, are there any myths or misconceptions about resorts or cruises that you want to clear up?
Oh, let me think. I know there's a bunch of misconceptions about cruises for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people seem to think that cruises are just these overcrowded, like can't get away from folk. Like they have you ever heard of people say like you stuck on a cruise ship with
Yes.
somebody? I
Yes.
have never felt stuck with anybody on a cruise ship, including the people that be right in the cabin with me. Because when I want to go, I get out of my cabin and I go. And you can cruise with somebody and not feel like you have to be in their space the whole time. That's one of the things I love the most about cruising as a family type vacation, because you can take a whole group on a cruise and everybody can do what they enjoy doing and not be stuck with each other. But that's what you hear people say sometimes about cruising.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna be stuck on no ship with da-da-da-da-da. Like, child, sound like you stuck at home with that person.
Right. I mean, you know what I'm
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know the misconceptions about resorts though. I haven't heard. I don't think I've gotten into it enough to even hear or know those.
I think the only thing that I've heard is people just like they probably feel like they'll get bored or you're in one place. That's the only thing I really hear versus cruises.
Yeah.
People to go to multiple places. I really haven't heard a lot of misconceptions as far as like going to different resorts though. That's one thing I will say too.
I saw a TikTok the other day where a lady was like, I'm never taking a cruise again. Don't believe what they tell you. I had to get up at 7:00 just to be off the ship, just to go on my excursion. And it was, I don't know why they even call it a vacation. And I was just like, you didn't have to do that, right?
You didn't have to do it. Like, you didn't have to do none of that. You could have done the same
Single thing on that list. None of it.
So, I mean, I guess that is a question. I know that you said that was the last question. I'm sorry, y'all, because she's bringing up points. Bringing up points. But do you think that people feel like when they go on a cruise, they have to do the things? Because we always say your vacation, your way. You ain't got to do what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think people feel like they have to do the things?
Maybe they do feel like they have to do. Even I just said I feel like I want to do all the things when I'm on there, right? But I deep down I know I ain't really got to.
Yes.
I just want to. But if I woke up and chose to decide I ain't getting off the ship today, I don't care what port we in, I have the choice to do that, right? I can save myself right there on that ship and enjoy the amenities I already paid for.
Right.
But maybe that's it. That's a good point, because maybe people feel like they got to because they pay for the vacation and they want to get everything out of it that they can. So
I'm just saying, because it's amazing to me, because I think I saw that TikTok and I also saw one where the young lady was like, well, y'all lied to me about Virgin. Virgin probably wasn't your line anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It probably wasn't your line anyway.
Maybe it was theirs, but not yours.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So Travel with Bree said, my husband and I took our family on an all-inclusive and resort stay before we started cruising. We got bored after a while and was looking for things to do, spending more money. We now love cruising instead.
Yep. And see, it makes a difference. If you want to do the things, cruising is definitely going to give you the things without having to spend more for them.
And maybe people don't realize they're more regimented than they think, because cruising is definitely like, hey, this is the schedule. This is what time this is happening. And it's taken me some time to learn that a lot of times with vacations, people do want to be told what to do, even though I'm just like, hey, I'm gonna do what I want to do when I want to do it. Sometimes people do want to be told what to do. So on a cruise, it's like, hey, this is the schedule. This is the time. This is what time this is happening. This is what time your dinner is. And people like almost like the comfortability of that. Mm-hmm. But at resorts, you might get so relaxed, like, I ain't gotta go limbo. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm good. And the what I noticed about the resorts that I stay with, those activities and shows, like say for instance, a cruise line has a certain show, you might be able to see that show 3 or 4 times while you're on that cruise if you want to. A resort, that show might only be once a week. So if you miss that day of the week and you're not there, or you decide that day, I don't feel like seeing that show, that's it. Your opportunity for that show is gone. So that's different, right? Like it's just a whole different setup.
Or maybe you just came on the in-between days. You picked 4 days, right?
Right.
And the one day that you wasn't on the resort was the day the show happened.
Yep.
Whew, see, it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. TJ said, I've been to 3 different all-inclusive resorts in Mexico, Cabo, and Cancun. The resorts are fun, but the cruises seem like more things to do.
For sure. I agree with that. Definitely more things to do on a cruise.
Big Mer said, tell them about the water in Mexico, Keke.
Oh, no. Talk about expectations. Sheesh. Yeah. So when I flew to when I flew to Jamaica, as we were coming in, just gorgeous view from the plane, right? Coastline was beautiful, beautiful, clear blue water, just absolutely gorgeous. So I'm like, okay, when I fly to Cancun, I'm gonna be prepared. I'm gonna record some clips. I had this idea. I was gonna do close my window shade in the snow in Chicago and open my shade over the beautiful clear waters of Cancun. Child, that was the ugliest land. I ain't see no pretty water nowhere. It was like trees and grass. I'm gonna have to post that video.
You need to do it as like a spoof video. You really do. Oh gosh, I would get abused because I would be mad if I was
construction. Like it was so much that was not cute at all. It was so far from aesthetically pleasing. I was just like, I'm burying this video. I never finished it, but that just goes to show. Adjust your expectations, right? Like you gotta know, be prepared for what the reality is gonna be, because it may not always be what you think it's gonna be.
And honestly, it's because people show you what they want to show you on social media. So you gotta also be careful of where you're getting the information from, because everybody might not show you the honest take of what it took to get there. You think you're flying in over this clear blue ocean and the beautiful palm trees, and baby, you flying in over a full work zone. Yeah, and the airport is in the middle of the jungle, and you got to drive an hour to get to your resort.
Listen, my Chicago takeoff in the snow was prettier than what I landed into in Cancun. I was like, shoot.
My friend, man. I know you a man, friend.
Oh, man. I had my window seat. I was ready. I was like, I'm gonna get this content. No, ma'am.
No, not today. You ain't. Or you're gonna get it. It doesn't gonna be the content you want.
I guess you're gonna have to go back to Jamaica to get that content.
Because Mexico say, ain't nobody tell you we had all that over here.
And we were there, even during our trip, we were there doing like right after some storms had hit Cancun. And so the water in the Cancun area is not pretty after storms. Thankfully, we missed the like sargassum season, but even still, because all these storms had come through right before our arrival, the water was dark and murky the whole time we were there. It wasn't pretty.
No, wow. Yeah, that's listen, adjust your expectations. Big Mer said, I didn't feel like I had to join in everything when I cruised. I missed a lot of games and activities, but that was by choice too. I'm an introvert anyway, so it didn't bother me. But one thing about cruising, Murph was on a cruise with us. I was like, Murph, we're gonna be here at this time. I expect to see you, okay? Because I like people. So Murph,
right?
You're gonna be
show
here,
up.
Okay?
Show out, Murph.
And I did try, and I told him, I was like, I didn't really want you to feel like we were just like, hey, we're going to be over here. You need to be there. Because I understand like soul travelers or introverts, they like their own personal time. But I was like, hey, I like Murph. Hey, Murph. I was like, Brandon, text Murph and tell Murph we're going to be over here. So
I love that about y'all. That's what I love that about cruising with y'all. Even if it's, whether it's a group cruise with y'all or just getting on the ship, deciding we're going to do a ship together. Like, I love that y'all always are intentional about making sure there is time for us to hang, but not being pushy with it. Like, hey, you got to be here at so-and-so, so-and-so.
Right.
No, it's not like that. It's just a good time. We all on the ship together. Who knows when we'll be on the ship together again. Let's go hang out and grab a drink or see a show or something like that. That's what. Shout out to the Parker Fam group cruise and and the BYOC group cruise. BYOC vet here.
Okay, the original BYOCer. Love it. Yellow said, If you know this is your only vacation, you must be realistic about how much time you will dedicate to relaxing and how much time you will be active.
That's true. It's your vacation. You spending your money on it.
Your vacation, your way. What's going on, PBT in the chat? We appreciate you being here. Yellow said, "Don't drink it."
Right. Don't drink that water.
Don't drink that water. We appreciate it. Rod said, "Great topic." Hey, we appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Landing in the jungle is wild.
I was not prepared. I was like, oh, this is not what I thought it was going to be.
You know what? I thought this was going to be something different. Let's see. Keisha said that West Coast water can be a beast sometimes.
It can. It is something different.
And TCT said, "Love the international hang time."
now, friend, that's say intentional. Now,
sorry. Y'all know every now and again my mind worked faster than my lips, and I read it international, honey. Intentional. You know you got to get me right, friend. All right, so I did put a poll in the chat, and if you have any last minute questions for Keke, go ahead and drop them in the chat. So the question was, would your next vacation be a cruise, a resort, or you don't know? And 74% of the people said cruising would be their next vacation.
See? So, I told you, the people know what they want.
So all in all, my friend still loves the cruise, even though she can sneak in a resort stay every now and again. Yeah. I think the bottom line is she still loves the cruise.
I do. I still love my cruising, y'all. The cruises are not going anywhere. I am back on these high seas real soon.
Real soon. So before we wrap up, let's tell the folks, and just in case they don't know, where they can find you, what you have coming up next, all the good stuff.
Oh, sure. So you can find me at Team Reese Travels on all platforms. Here on YouTube is where we like to hang the most, but you can find us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and here, YouTube. What we have coming up. So I am going to be putting out a vlog that kind of summarizes what I saw on my last all-inclusive trip, which I visited 17 different resorts on that trip. So I'm going to be putting something together that kind of compiles all the info to tell about the differences in the different resorts that I saw and the different areas of Cancun. I also still have a full vlog from my Jamaica resort stay. That'll be one of the things that's coming up on our channel as well. And then we post all kinds of short form from all these trips and cruises and all inclusives all the time on all the platforms. So definitely stay tuned for that type of content. But yeah, you can find us. Normally it's me and my husband and my son RJ hanging out doing family travel. But I've had a couple of solo trips here recently. So that's what I'm putting out now.
How has that been feeling, traveling without them?
So it's felt good to get out and do something on my own. Mm-hmm. But I miss my babies when I travel without them. I miss having them. They are a fun crew. They're my favorite travel buddy. So I miss having them around.
Oh. So Travel K Trip said, we are okay with sneaking in a resort stay, but yes, cruising is our thing. I agree. Cruising is just a thing, and that's right now. That's me, because the only thing I really have to compare it to is like, hey, I love Disney, I love Universal. I like sneaking in that stuff, and that's fun. But I only feel like I've been on vacation if I get on a cruise ship. We just went somewhere, but it wasn't a cruise. That ain't the same thing,
right? There was an important piece of this puzzle that was
missed. Nick Murray said, how many days would you suggest a person new to resorts stay to book?
I would do the same thing as I suggest for my cruisers. I always suggest a 4-day to start. Mm-hmm. It's not too short where you feel like you didn't get a real vacation, but it's also not so long where you feel like you are stuck on something if you don't like it. I think that goes for resort stays and cruising. The only difference I would make is if you are doing your first resort stay and you plan to get off of the resort and do other things, excursions and things like that, that are going to take up more time. I would build more time into your trip than that, just so you have time to enjoy the resort itself and also the time to enjoy those off resort activities without taken away from your resort time. Thank you, Keisha, for dropping the link, because I said I was going to have it ready, and of course I didn't.
That's okay, because one thing Keisha going to do is stay ready, so she ain't got to get ready, okay?
Every time.
Every time. Thank you, Keisha, for dropping it in the chat. And we definitely appreciate all of you guys for joining us today. If you have any more questions for Keke over at Team Reese Travels, go over there. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit her up on her social media. Go ahead and let them know what your email address is, Keke, so they can get in contact.
Email is teamreachetravels@gmail.com. So you can email me there. And yes, email me about anything. Cruise content creation, always resort stay, whatever it is. I love to chat with people. So go ahead, send it to us.
Yes, make sure you email my friend. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe for the podcast. This is for the Ship to Shore podcast, where we will not be only just posting previous Ship to Shores, but if you are a guest on Ship to Shore, you can listen to it on the go. If you are a subject matter expert, and that is your subject matter, we want to have you on Ship to Shore too, because Keke has blazed the way, honey. She has led the trail for everybody. She's gonna be hard to beat, but we still want you guys on Ship to Shore. So if you are a family travel couple and you want to share your experiences about that, if you are individual solo traveler, we want to have you on Ship to Shore and discuss what you guys have going on. So feel free to come on Ship to Shore. Let's wrap up these last minute comments, because people still coming in and they love it. Keke, they are loving it. So if you got a couple more minutes, I want to give the people what they want. Is that okay?
Hey, I love the people back. So yes, we're gonna give them what they want.
Keisha dropped that Team Reese Travels tag as well for Instagram. Super moderator in the house. Sometimes we split the days with Disney and a cruise. Do Disney first for a day or two, then hop on a cruise right after.
Oh, listen, I'm so glad Travel with Bree said that. Bree, you hit the nail on the head with lining up how you do that. Because if you do a cruise and come behind it and try to do a park and resort visit, you're going to leave your vacation feeling like you need another vacation. That's definitely a big thing to do. Like, make sure you do the cruise after you do the Disney days.
Yes, do the cruise second. Crisscross, hey, thank you for being in. Cruising just hits different. Next up, MSC Mirabilia. Apparently the G is silent in February.
The Mirabilia is MSC for me, so I am on board with Mirabilia.
Fam Line said this was a really great discussion. Really enjoyed it. Thank you, fam. We appreciate you. Look at the super moderator moderating. I love this. Thank you, fam. Let's see here. Travel Cake Trip said yes. We learned it was silent when we were on board, because they don't say it. They don't say that. Social Couplepreneurs said they enjoyed. We appreciate you. Thank you, guys. And I want to go with Yellow said, hey, I am a fan of theme parks and cruising. Just did that and loved it. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. I was kind of jealous. I want to do, that's the kind of back-to-back I want to do.
That's right. That sounds amazing. That's eventually I want to do that, like a Disney trip and jump on a Disney cruise after.
Travel with Bree said, yes, Keke, we made the mistake of doing it the other way first and regretted it. Since then, always do the cruise last.
Yes.
Subject matter expert. See, look at you, Bree. Regina, thank you. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. And thank you, Yellow, for the great conversation. We appreciate that. Thank you guys for being here. We're going to go ahead and end it here on that great comment from Yellow. And Keke, thank you for being the guest, the first official subject matter expert. That's what we call you, friend.
Okay. Well, thank you for the invite.
Keke dropping the keys. Okay, y'all drop them keys for Keke. And we will see you guys on the next Ship to Shore Live. And make sure you subscribe to that podcast. But until next time, I'm going to say Park is out. And Keke is going to say
Team Reese all day.
Bye, fam.
Bye, y'all.